All right, glad y'all are here. Obviously, we're this time of year, we're in the playoffs and getting ready for another really, really good opponent. It's second round of playoffs. East Tennessee State's awful good football team. Obviously, they're 10-1. Their only loss came to Chattanooga, which they had a bunch of turnovers, which they don't do a whole lot. They also beat Vandy early in the year, which was a big win, a Power 5 win. Solid football team. They know their identity. They're going to run the football. They're tough, aggressive. They know their scheme on defense. They're really all around a really good football team, and they're playing extremely well. Obviously, they won their conference in their last game before they had to bye. Coach Sanders and their staff do a great job. So they're a very good football team. We have to go play really well. We got to have a great week of practice and get ready to go play our best game to have a chance to win and continue playing the following week. So I'll open the floor for questions.
You said you had want to have a great week of practice. Do you have enough guys on the offensive line to practice?
Well, I think you saw a little bit of that on Saturday. It's just day by day. It's kind of been that way for a bit. We just see if we can get a group together and go practice. And honestly, I can't tell you everything about today, and I won't be able to tell you everything about tomorrow either. But we're going to try to get a group together that can go play on Saturday and hopefully give us a chance to win. But, we're beat up. It's pretty obvious Saturday. We shuttled more linemen than we did skill kids in the game Saturday. And that's just trying to piece it together right now, and that's just kind of where we are. So, but it is what it is. We got to go get it done.
Jake Laster was one of the guys that was ruled out completely. How's his progress?
Hopefully good. He didn't practice yesterday. Hopefully we can get him back this week and he can play. I know he wants to. So we're hopeful for that. And we'll just have to wait and see kind of in the next day or two where he's at. But I know I know he wants to be out there and wants to go. So hopefully he'll be able to do that.
The location, Johnson City's probably got a special spot for you, being it was the inaugural win. What do you remember about that first game now 7 seasons ago?
Well, obviously you just the build up to a first game, and I'm sure they had the same thing on their side because you have all. I think we figured it up. It was like 75 practices or something off the charts before we ever played a game. So there was a huge build up. You had no idea what was going to happen. I remember them. They had the ball. It seemed like for the whole first quarter, maybe it was. And then we kind of got some stuff going as it was. But, just a huge build-up to a first game. You have no idea what's going to happen. You got a bunch of young guys out there playing. So it was a big night for us, obviously, just because, we never had football here, and get a chance to go play a game. And I think that part of it was huge. So, but that's it. It was a good win. I don't know how much it has to do with anything right now because all those kids are gone. We got some OGs on staff, but I don't know that there's a lot of correlation other than what you talked about, which that being the first game in the history of this program, where it was. It's a different place, actually, than the game will be Saturday. We played at, I think it was Science Hill High School, if I remember correctly. And now, obviously got a new stadium. So it was a great win, great memories. I don't think you'll ever take that away because that was the first game here, and those things obviously stick out in your mind. It was a great night. So, that part of it was good.
That being said, for both teams in a relatively short period of time, now you're meeting in the second round of the FCS playoffs. What does that say about both programs and the way that they went about doing their business to get to this point?
I think there's no question. It speaks volumes for East Tennessee State and their administration, Coach Sanders, and obviously on our side to be in this position. I think it's huge, and I think that's the goals and aspirations of, I'm sure, their program. I know it is ours, and to do it the right way and build it the right way to give yourself these opportunities. That's what you aspire for. So I think it speaks volumes about both programs.
You said they like to run the ball. They've got two pretty darn good backs, but one really stands out. Quay Holmes went to McEachern High School. I think he's like 220 pounds. What do you like about his game, and how difficult is it to bring him down?
Well, I think the big thing is just, he breaks a lot of arm tackles. He's hard to get to the ground. You're going to but we're going to have to tackle well. We're going to have to run the ball and get multiple guys around the ball. They're going to break some tackles. They're good backs. But we got to rally the ball, and we got to wrap up when we get there. If we don't, they're going to run through us. So they do a nice job of that. And they're balanced. They got some good receivers. Their tight end, H-back, fullback guys are really good. They do a nice job of using them. They do a really good job on offense. They do some really good stuff.
You've got 2 impressive wins against really good teams, defeating the defending Big South champion and the Pioneer champion back-to-back. Seems like you're playing your best ball at the best time.
Well, I hope so. You have to this time of year, or you'll be cleaning out your locker if you don't, because the caliber of people you're playing, it grows every week, to be honest with you. It gets better. So we're going to have to go play well. We're going to have to take care of the football. I think that's imperative, that we can't, some of the things we've done along the way, we can't put the ball on the ground. We got to take care of the ball, and we got to find a way to slow them down a little bit, run the ball, and prevent big plays, and just put ourselves in a position to give ourselves a chance to win the game. It's going to be a challenge, but we're excited about the opportunity.
Coach, what does it mean for you to be able to play so many young guys in a playoff game? Not many teams can say they play all 3 quarterbacks, guys like Carter Pinholster and D'Angelo Hardy.
Yeah, it was nice. We kind of been talking about this a little bit this year. Usually in the course of a season, there might be a game or 2 here and there where you get to, some other guys get to play, and we haven't had much of that this year for whatever reason. So it was good, and it was I was trying to get to it. I actually called a timeout late in the fourth quarter to try to make sure we got some guys in. And it was twofold for me in that game. It was one, and I told you guys this in the press conference after the game, in all honesty, I was trying to get out of the game and try to keep us as healthy as we possibly can, because right now, obviously with John's initial question talking about injuries, we're not in the greatest place. And then on the other side, you get some other guys in that get to play. Well, I think that's huge for morale. We've lost some of that this year. We haven't been able to close out some things where we could get guys in like we'd like to. We've played more young kids this year than we probably ever have. Take away year 1 because they were all young, right? But I'm talking about like playing a lot of freshmen, younger kids. We probably played more this year than we ever have, and part of it's because we've had to, and then part of it's because it's just the nature of where things are right now. So. I think it's always good when you can do that. It was good for a lot of guys to get in and play. Wish we could have done it some more this year, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Coach, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but against Monmouth, after Glove had that fumble, the very next play was a strip sack. Barkley Miller, who you know very well, predicted that play. Very next week, Nolan Alexander predicts the punt return from Binyard. This upcoming week, what play would you like for me to predict? A lot of pressure on me this week being the third member of the broadcast.
Yeah, anything that helps us get in the end zone and keeps them from getting in the end zone, that'll be a great prediction.
All right, I'll try my best. Coach, during a game, rapid reaction to the offensive line, thought they did a good job with the push. Going back and watching film, what stood out, whether it be good or bad, from the play of the O-line last Saturday?
I think we did what we had to do to win the game. I think we, late in the game, we were able to line up and kind of just, do what we do, run the ball, which was positive. Hey, listen, we're moving so many people in and out right now. It's, I go back to early in the year when we just couldn't get that cohesion of a group of guys. We're trying to get enough out there, and there's a lot of different guys that played on Saturday. But I thought they did a good job. We were very perimeter-oriented early on, as you guys noticed. The way they were kind of aligned allowed you to do more things outside. And then they kind of balanced out a little bit as the game went on. And we were able to get in their way enough to give ourselves an opportunity. These guys were getting ready to play. nothing against Davidson at all because they do a great job. It's going to be different. It's going to be different. They're tough and physical and schematically do a good job, and we're going to have to go. We're going to have to physically be able to go block some folks, and get some movement at times and do some different stuff. They do a good job what they do.
And I would assume this game would be another important game where special teams comes in the equation. You had the punt return from Binyard, kind of a big play there, and potentially setting up some other things on kickoff there. Lately, we haven't seen that many kickoff opportunities. It seems like we've seen a lot of pooch kicks to your returners. On film, is that something that ETSU has done a lot of, or will they kick it and let a guy try to return?
They're probably going to kick it and go cover it. And, I think a lot of times – sometimes that stuff happens in response to something or something people maybe see on tape, but I think they're going to kick the ball deep and they're going to go cover it. And we're going to have to go fit guys up and hopefully get some of our skilled guys just some wiggle room so we can go make some plays. Because I agree with you. When you get in playoffs, you talk about the turnover battle. I think that's critical. And then you talk about field position. And, special teams brings the biggest change usually in field position in any part of the game, and also the momentum piece of it. So, I think there's no question special teams got to have a huge impact, and hopefully we can make some plays to create some momentum and some big plays to help us, on Saturday. Because, listen, it's you're round two, man. You got to take everything you got and you got to throw it out there and find a way to win the game. That's all you're trying to do, whatever that takes. And I think there's no question special teams will have a huge impact on the game.
Coach, it's been 5 years since you played East Tennessee State. I know a lot goes into coaching, or scheduling, and it's a lot of years out. But the initial home and home, was there ever an attempt to get them back? Because it seemed like you had something building as far as a potential rivalry with them being 4 hours up the road. Or is there something coming down the line in the future?
Yeah, I don't know of anything right now. I'm sure along the way there's been conversation. We've probably had conversation with everybody you could imagine when it comes to scheduling. I don't remember the particulars on any of that, John, to be honest with you. But nothing's really happened one way or the other. Since we played those, initial games in 15 and 16. So I don't know where all that is. There's so much going on, as y'all well know, with conferences and games, and so we'll see where everything takes us, but nothing that I know of on the table right now. All right, thank you, Coach. All right, thank y'all.